This is Carlos Cousins, and the following question is asking about sentence beginning with the word "and" here. Now, this is not the best form, but when a question or passage is not asking you this, then don't worry about it. They'll do it sometimes. Anyway, and one of the most unusually extreme aspects of this diversity is found in South Dakota, the Badlands National Park, located in a semi-arid area. This wonder of nature goes through long periods of drought, followed by storms raining cats and dogs. It doesn't look like, well, it seems that there's a problem here. This wonder of nature goes through long periods of drought is an independent clause. So this wonder of nature goes, verb here, subject, verb. And then here we've got one of the most unusually extreme aspects of this diversity is, so aspects of this diversity being something, we've got a subject and we've got a verb, and there is no comma to separate the clauses, no period. Between two independent clauses, our only options are going to be period, the word and a semicolon, or we're going to need to have one of the clauses become dependent. So A does not make sense here. Let's go ahead and try answer choice B. Park, comma, located in a semi-arid area, comma, this wonder of nature. Again, we don't want a comma either. We want a period and or semicolon in between two independent clauses. If we have a comma, that's going to make this a comma splice. Independent clauses are sentences that can stand as full sentences on their own. So that doesn't work out. Answer C says park, period. Okay, located. This looks a bit strange. Let's see how that would work. So if we had a period here in this location and then started located in a semi-arid area, this wonder of nature goes through long periods of drought followed by storms. So this is fine. The located in a semi-arid area would be a dependent clause, not an independent. But what follows, this wonder of nature goes through long periods of drought followed by storms, raining cats and dogs, is an independent clause. And you can have a comma, whoops, not a semicolon, a comma, in between a dependent and an independent clause any day. And these are interchangeable. You can start with the independent and end with the dependent, or start with the dependent and end with the independent. You just can't have two independents with a comma in between them. So because later on you're going to have a comma, and this one is dependent and the next one is independent, there's no problem having a period here. The previous sentence was independent already. So this looks good. Let's see if we find something even better. Park, which is located. Okay, so the which is located makes this a dependent clause, but it already was located. Sorry, it already was dependent. The problem is that after this comma now, if we have a dependent sort of being part of the previous sentence here, and then a comma, and then another independent, there's no break here between the independent clause up here and the independent clause down here. So this would be incorrect, and that makes answer choice C the best answer choice. I hope that helped with this problem, and happy prepping.